So Obama's hosting a forum pointing out all the things he's done for women. Meanwhile, Democrats accusing the GOP of waging war on women. For more on this, I'm joined by Gretchen Hamel, Director of Public Notice. Gretchen, thanks for joining us. Great to have you on the show. I want to start with sound from the president and get you to react. Here's the president.
Welcome to the White House, everybody. It is a pleasure to be surrounded by so many talented, accomplished women. It makes me feel right at home. One of the first things I did after taking office was to create a White House Council on Women and Girls. I wanted to make sure that every agency across my administration considers the needs of women and girls in every decision we make.
What do you make of that?
Well, it kind of reminds me of the movie Wag the Dog. Here we have a great opportunity where Republicans messed up the message on religious freedom, talked about issues that were irrelevant to today's needs, and the president decided to exploit it. And we have an issue where he is talking about women trying to act like we are these dames in distress that need to be saved by some knight in shining armor, and he's going to try to exploit it and make the most of it. And so far, just like in the movie, it's worked. He's winning women by double digits.
And it's cynical. I think at the end of the day, I mean, you know, look, we are the biggest voting bloc. We're bringing home the bacon. We're cooking it up. We're doing it all. And the president here making out like we're some long-lost tribe or something. I want to show you a picture from an event that I believe was in Pennsylvania and the signs that Democrats were carrying. It says, "Keep your mitts off birth control." Now, here's the real agenda, I think, is to tie Republicans to a debate over contraception that doesn't even exist.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're trying to do, or the Democrats are trying to do here, is to have this debate about a non-issue, about an issue that is irrelevant today, an issue that will never see the light of day. This isn't about a women. I mean, the president is playing to women here. He said that we weren't an interest group. Then why all of a sudden is he having an event? And why all of a sudden during a political year? You know, I hope the president gives us dames a little bit more credit than to see that we'll see through this.
We're dames. We're not damsels. You got that right. What do you make, though, of the Democrats' claims that the GOP is waging a war on women?
You know, I just don't think there is that war on women. They totally fumbled a message, the Republicans did, and brought up these issues to where now the president is trying to make it seem as there is a war on women. All of a sudden, he's talking about income inequality. Last time I checked, he was in office for 3 years. He never mentioned this gap, and now he wants to introduce new a law to Congress for them to pass, a bill for them to pass to regulate income inequality, to talk about CEOs. The last thing we need is a regulation telling us that we should get paid more, a regulation telling us that there should be more CEOs. What we want is respect. We want the ability to achieve. We want the economic opportunity. We don't need more regulations.
Well, you know, and it comes down to the personal level, right? I mean, at the end of the day, this kind of thing. I was noticing, for example, that the president's a big golf player. It took him a long time, some 23 rounds after his first year in office, before he invited a woman to play in a foursome. What's up with that?
Exactly. So you can't come out, you know, having been in the Senate, having been in the White House, and all of a sudden this year, the year that you're running for president, for re-election, that you're going to talk about the Masters and how the Masters should allow women. And come on. I mean, we can see through this.
Another example, and this is from Kathleen Sebelius, who runs Health and Human Services. She apparently in college was a basketball phenomenon. Do you think she was invited with the boys to play pickup basketball with the president? Not a chance.
Probably
the guy
not.
likes to surround himself with a group of men. And when you even talk about advisors, women advisors say they have to take a back seat to men. It's been a real criticism of this administration. So it seems like, and you tell me what you think, Gretchen, it's all for show. It's not reality. It's skin deep.
It isn't reality. And again, this president is choosing the right words, the right and hoping no one notices what is really happening. I mean, you have to look at the Bush administration to see an administration that really did embrace women. He had more women cabinet secretaries than any other administration. And when it comes down to women issues, it's just like government spending. It's not about a Democrat issue. It's not a Republican issue. This is a real issue that should be shared by both parties. And at the end of the day, actions do speak louder than words.
Well, it's all politics now. The women issue, go after the largest voting bloc you can. It makes a lot of sense. And then there's the criticism that the president had of Brian's Medicare program and his budget. The president's saying that, you know, look, this is going to kill Medicare as we know it. That's not true.
Well, and for me, I'm kind of insulted by that, because here I am, I'm paying into this program that I probably will never see the light of day of if it isn't reformed. If we are constantly taking on new technologies, if we are constantly at home updating things, why aren't we doing the same thing with this safety nets that the American people depend on? This program hasn't been reformed in decades. I am paying into a system that I will no longer see, and that is a fairness issue. That is a fairness issue that this president should take up.
All right. Gretchen, it's great to have you on the show. Happy holiday. Hope you have a great weekend.